Welcome back. We're taking your calls on this. The senseless death of a 16-year-old honor student from Chicago, killed while walking home from school on Thursday. We have the video. It is brutal to watch, but here it is. You can see commotion. There's punches being thrown, the screams, people swinging 2x4s. Somehow, Darian Albert gets caught in the middle of this. His family says he was targeted because he refused to join a gang. Prosecutors say he was just an innocent bystander swept into this violent fight here. When you see the kid in the red grab the board, he's going to hit Darian right there. You heard it on the back of the head. Again, it's just so brutal. The family had such a difficult time watching this footage, as we do as well. But I believe let it out. I'll get Teal Hardiman on this. Teal, they wanted the footage out so we could catch who did this, right? As difficult as it was?
Yeah, for sure. They want to make sure everybody saw the footage so they can take a good look at what happened there to Darian. And as nobody really knows about this, about 20 other students got beat up the same day during the same brawl. So Darian lost his life. But, yeah, that's the reason why they put the footage out there. Yeah,
as difficult as it is. And, Paula, I have to ask you again about that. Hard enough to lose your son, but now you have to deal with this footage being out there. Yes, it might help catch some kids, but just to have it out there, to know your son's death is chronicled on video. How difficult is that?
I think that's really tough, but I think one of the things that's key here is when something tragic like this happens, ultimately, people try to make some sort of meaning out of it. They try to do something with it to sort of transform this incredible pain into power. And my sense is that that's what this family's going to do. I mean, we heard the grandfather say that he was praying for these kids.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me.
Yeah, forgiveness in his heart. Let's take a call, guys. Barbara's with us in Kentucky. Hi, Barbara. Your thoughts?
Hello.
Hey, Barbara, go ahead.
Okay, I think it's time that we take a different approach to this gang violence. I think what we need to do is break up the gangs, put them in the military, turn them over to the drill sergeants, and let them take care of them.
Okay.
They say we need 40,000 more troops in Afghanistan. Fine, let them go over there and take their aggression out on Osama bin Laden and his crew.
Okay, Barbara, thanks for the call. Let's go back to Teal Hardiman, Chicago Project for Violence Prevention Ceasefire. Teal, first, just to her first point, how hard is it to break up a gang? And we're not sure this was gang violence, right? Teal, was it or not, first off?
It was really group violence. You know, you had factions of different gangs throughout Chicago. And I heard the comment about sending the guys, to the military. Ceasefire is a public health model, which we have a proven track record of reducing violence from an average of 43% to 83% in the communities in which we work in. And just to the point, I just want to make the point for you, you can't just send the guys to the military because it's bigger than that.
Right.
The violence is in their minds. You can give a person a job, but if they don't take the violence out of their minds and cut that switch off, guys are going to still be violent wherever they may go.
Teal, what about breaking up the gangs, her very first point? Well, how difficult is that?
That's the hardest work in the world because gangs have been around since the beginning of America, since the 1920s, gangs in New York. Okay? So it takes time to break up the gangs, and you're not going to be successful doing that. I mean, law enforcement, they try to do it over the years.
Okay, to her second point, maybe it's not the military, but you want to give someone who was in a gang a purpose, right? A new vision for their life. How hard is that?
Well, that's what we do at Ceasefire. We've hired over 300 or 400 young men and women from the community. They've turned their lives around. Now they're professionally trained violence interrupters and outreach workers, and they have a new purpose in life to stop killings and shootings throughout Chicago and work with people.
Yeah. Paula, and again, we applaud you, Teal.
Yes.
To capture a new vision when all you've known is what may be gang life, violence.
Right.
To now this, Paula, how hard is that for a young mind to grasp that?
I think it's very hard, and I applaud your work, what you're doing. You're on the front lines. That's amazing what you're doing. And it's true. I think that one of the things that's happening, what's so seductive about gangs, is that it gives you a sense of community. It makes you feel like you have a purpose. It gives a sense of order to the world. So I think it's very hard, and I think you have to have that outside, have structure, have a sense of purpose and meaning. And again, these are the best people to then transform this and help others.
Teal, last one real quick. Does it get any less heartbreaking the more you've dealt with this before, right?
Yes. It really hurts, I must admit. I fasted all day today in memory of Darian, and it really hurts. I took this one personally. I didn't sleep too well last night.
All right. Well, again, Teal, we applaud your efforts. You continue to fight the good fight there. Paula, thank you as well for your insights.